So I am here. Hey, Bev. I'm not going to keep you ladies long. Just wanted to pop in and just give you some information as usual. Something that I experienced my own self over the weekend. And I was like, you know what? That'd be a good post to talk about. But of course, hey, Dr. G, of course, what I experienced wasn't long enough to actually make it a 30-minute thing. So I had to like add on more stuff to it so I can, stretch it out for the 30 minutes. But the last part is the part that I've experienced, and I'm sure the rest of you guys have experienced also. Hey, Miss Lo, how are you? So that's what I wanted to jump on here and talk about because I was like so outdone, when it happened. But that's what we're gonna talk about. That's what I'm gonna get to. So I know the post was about, or the event was saying that you're working hard on your goals, but you're not seeing any results. This might be why. You're gonna have to like rethink this, but we'll save that one for the end. So right now I'm gonna just go through and reiterate stuff that I've talked about over the years, stuff that you've heard before. But I noticed that a lot of ladies have told me that, hey Latrice, Coach T, I forgot that you told me that long time ago. So sometimes things are worth repeating again, because you know how, just like in school, how they always had us to study, 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 and study it until you learn it. Don't study it for memorization at that time, but you actually want to learn these tools so that you can go back and dig in the treasure chest of health and fitness, and use those things yourself. So you've heard me say it before, so you'll hear me say it again tonight, and then I'll get to the part that affected me over the weekend, and it's probably has affected some of you ladies also. So, number one, hey Pearl, just like I said, you're working hard on your goals and you're not seeing any results. So we just gonna go over the first four things that you just need a little reminder on, just a little reminder. So number one is that you're not staying in a calorie deficit. It's easy to forget that one. You figure that I'm working out, I'm eating well, but the key is not to just eat well, because we can overeat on healthy foods like we can overeat on bad foods. And a calorie is a calorie to your body. The only difference is that when it's a bad calorie, it does damage. It makes our cholesterol high. It makes our type 1 diabetes high. It makes, hey, Miss Cynthia. So when it's bad calories, it makes your health worse. But a calorie is a calorie is a calorie to your body. So you're still going to gain weight. Okay. So let's just be clear on that. So if you're not staying in a calorie deficit, whether you're eating good or you're eating bad, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. Because I've had people say that, I'm doing really well, I'm eating healthy, but then when I have them to track what they're eating, they're still out eating their workouts. They're still eating too much. Instead of what they should be eating, they should still be in a calorie deficit. So always remember that. But a little trick to it, if you want to find out for yourself, give yourself 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. I want you to track everything that you put in your mouth. And y'all got all these smart watches now. Y'all got the apps on y'all phone. It's way easier than when I got started doing this like almost 20 years ago. It is easy to find out what you're eating. A lot of these apps already have these foods programmed in there. So it's not hard to, bring them up, and some of them are free. Everything doesn't have to be paid for. But if you just track it for 2 weeks, you'll really see how much you're eating per day. And some of them, you can track your actual calories burned, your calories that you taken in, and you can see the difference. And you need to be in a calorie deficit 80% of the time, whether you're eating good foods all the time or you're eating bad food. So remember that. It doesn't matter. The body don't know. It's just going to, continue to put on the weight. All right. That's number one. And you've heard that before. Number two, you're eating too little. I just don't know how many more ways to say this one, ladies. I just don't know. Some people they're just where they are. They just, it has to be a shift in their mindset that they're thinking that if they eat more, that they'll gain more, when in essence that they're eating too little, and the body perceives that as starvation. And so what the body does is it's going to adapt, and that's the way that the body is going to live. It's going to live on that small amount of calories. So it's going to adjust. And that's what it's always going to be looking for. But your body is thinking it's in starvation mode. So it's not going to release any weight. You're losing a lot of muscle. And that in turn helps the body to burn more fat when you have more muscle. But if you're not eating enough, you're not just losing weight. You're not going to lose weight, but you are losing muscle, which is the dangerous part, because you don't want to do that. So remember, when you're eating too little, you're not losing weight, but you are losing muscle, that is what you do not want to do as we age. Okay, so remember that. That's number 2. Number 3, this is a big one. You have a decline in estrogen. That just throws everything out of whack. Either you're perimenopause or you're in menopause. This is probably the biggest factor in women not being able to keep their weight under control, next to thyroid. Okay, so these things need to be addressed by your doctor, because it's more than just about eating clean and exercise when the thyroid and menopause are involved. They can definitely throw everything out of whack. It doesn't matter how much you exercise, how good you are with your eating. Sometimes it affects your body in such drastic ways that you really have no control over it. That's when you need to seek doctor's help to get HRT, either hormone replacement therapy, or get on some type of thyroid medication. So when it gets to be that severe, hey, Angela, that's when you definitely need to call in a doctor, because sometimes you're spending a lot of time spinning your wheels and you know that you're doing the right thing and you still can't get the weight under control and you can't keep it under control. So that's when you might have to seek out your physician to help you, either with a thyroid that's, gone haywire, or because you're of your estrogen loss is so vast. And some women don't believe in taking hormone replacement therapies, and it's everybody's choice on their own what they do with their doctors. But some women, it has helped. And so you just have to decide and then weigh the pros and the cons of that. But that is a big one, ladies. I think doctors are really getting it now, because look, like every other news story these days is about menopause, something that they didn't talk about years ago, something that, that's just something that women deal with. Doctors just blew it off, just threw it in the closet, and not really realizing that it is a major factor in women's overall health. And when something affects our overall health and the body is not in equilibrium, everything is off whack. It doesn't matter what you're doing on your own with your eating and your exercise. If your body is out of balance and your hormones are off and your hormones all over the place, you can't control it on your own. So don't be afraid to get medical advice on that, and definitely make sure that you have a doctor that's willing to work with you and that they respect, what you're bringing to the table, and that they're making space for you and what's going on in your life as far as, menopause is concerned, or either a thyroid that is gone, rogue. All right. Then the other thing, number 4, and you probably heard me touch a little bit on this one before, is the psychological slowdown. We're not who we used to be in our minds, because Coach T is number 1. In our minds, we think we are, but we not. I can't move like I used to move. I tell myself in my mind, I can tell, but my body be saying, girl, sit down. You are not 30-something no more. So the psychological slowdown is real, guys. The psychological slowdown is real. But if you couple that, and this is the other ones, couple that with your lifestyle factors and your unchanged dietary habits. Some of y'all still eating the same way y'all did when y'all was 20 and 30 and 40. Be real. You know you are. You still eating that fried chicken all the time, picking up all that fast food during the week because you don't want to cook when you get home. I'm going to just swing through Popeyes and get some chicken and some red beans and, call it a day and whatever. And you still eating late at night, going out drinking and eating on top. That dog don't hunt here no more, babe. You think you're going to keep your weight down. Your estrogen level is already on a decline. You still eating the same way you ate. But remember, your estrogen was up here in your younger days. So you were, you had that unevenness, but the unevenness on the good side. But as you've gotten older and your estrogen level is going here, and your food is still right here and your estrogen, what you think gonna happen? The body not gonna stay together. That's why you see a lot of us as we get older, you can see the person that was the skinniest little thing in school. And she still might be skinny to this day. She might have a thin frame, but they have an extremely big stomach area. And that is because of bad eating. Most likely. I'm not a doctor. Everything is not cut and dry. But 80% of the time when you have those little bitty framed women and they have big stomachs all the way around, not just because of medical reasons, nothing is wrong with them, but they're still eating the same way they did in their 20s and 30s, and they're not moving towards healthier foods. They're not moving on a daily basis as far as exercise. They're just doing the basic minimum that's necessary. They're just walking to the bathroom, walking to their desk, walking to their car, and that's all they're putting in. So you have to change things up some kind of way. You can't continue to do what you used to do and expect to lose weight and keep it off. And then you just can't keep reverting back to those things. You can't think of this whole health and weight loss thing is a 30-day thing. I'm going to just do this, getting ready for my school reunion so I could look good in that dress, and then I'm going to just go back to, no, you can't do that to your system. So those are the things that you've heard Coach T say over and over and over again, but I figured they just needed a little bit reiterating in case you've forgotten some of them, and because sometimes we have to be reminded, because sometimes I have to remind myself, that it's like, oh yeah, you have to do this or you have to do that. Another thing that you guys have probably forgotten that I've told you to do before is that you need to change up your exercise. I'm telling y'all, if I could show y'all my tablet, if I wasn't recording on this tablet, I would flip my tablet around and I would show you every day that I exercise. I write it down. I write down what I've done that day. I don't track my food as well as I track my exercise. And the reason why I track my exercise is because I'm older and because there's a higher risk of me hurting myself. Oh yeah. There's a higher risk of me hurting myself. So I need to know what I did 2 days ago before I go back and do something else. Because, Coach T likes to be all over the place. I'm in yoga, I'm doing boot camp, I'm running, I'm doing this. So in order not to hurt myself and knock myself out of commission, I track my workouts like it is nobody's business. If I track my food as well as I track my workout, I would really be where I should be, but I'm dealing with medical issues right now, so I can't say that right now because that's totally thrown me off. Y'all just have no idea how mentally this issue is affecting me with my stomach and my gut, how it's just mentally just throwing me off my game. But I keep on pushing. But as I was saying, because I easily digress, goodness gracious. You have to track what you're doing. Doing the same thing for months and months. You have to up the ante. Like you change what you eat, you have to change your workouts because your body then got so smart and so adapted to that. You might have started off when you were doing it 3 months ago and you were burning like 150 calories. If you did like a 3-mile walk, you burned like 150 calories. But now your body has gotten so efficient at it, your body is burning like 75 calories now. But we know how to do that. We that's no longer a challenge. That's not making my heart work any harder. That's not making my lungs work any harder. That's not making my muscles work any harder. So I don't have any extra calories to burn is what the body is saying. So it's imperative that You change it up. And even if you have your walk, that's fine. But every now and then, throw something different in there. Walk with some weights in your hands. When you get to the bench in the park, try doing some squats where you're sitting up and down, up and down. Just throw something little. It doesn't have to be anything major, but just throw something a little different in it. You have to change it up every 6 weeks. And that's why another reason why I track my exercise, because when I'm dealing with weights and I'm in the gym, I do change those workouts every 6 weeks, because that is strength training, muscle building, and muscles do get fatigued, muscles do change in size, and you have to change what you're doing in order, if you want to see those muscles pop, or you want to see those muscles change, and you want to see your body change. You have to follow a regimen of what you're doing as far as exercise is concerned. And I'm like, Dr. G's here on the line, and she reminded me the other day when she was in boot camp. I've told you guys this before, and she said, Coach T, I remember what you said about the light weights. I don't pick up the light weights anymore. I go for heavier weights. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I want you to know secondhand. That's what I want it to become second nature to you when you're working out and you saying, I've been picking up this 3-pound weight for 5 years. When am I going to go to a 5-pound weight? That's what you have to do. You have to challenge yourself. You have to step it up when no coach is around, and you have to remember that to do that on your own. So kudos to you, Dr. G. So this is the one that I experienced myself, and I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this. If you're on your fitness game, I know y'all have experienced this before. So I went to go and get some new work pants. Was going to DC for corporate. When you go to corporate, you got to look like corporate. I just can't wear what I wear. Like, go teach my class and come home and put on workout stuff again. Because when you wear this workout stuff all the time, if you work from home, baby, them clothes fooling us. They're fooling us. Now, when I go to church, I don't really wear a lot of dress slacks at church because I'm a dress girl. I love, love, love dresses. So I usually wear dresses when I'm going to church. And I do have a few pair of pants, but now that I think of it, most of them pants is like stretch pants. They're not like dress slacks. Like I needed like a suit. So I went to go and get a new suit. I wanted something new because I have an old one. And I didn't even try the old one on. But this got me the other day. So I went to go and get some slacks. And I was like, I wear a 10. Yeah, I wear a 10 because I like my slacks to be comfortable. I don't like them to be too tight, but I like them to be comfortable. But I don't like mine baggy either. I just like them to fit. Let's put it like that. So, girl, I got the 10. I went in the dress. And you have to watch the way stuff is cut too. I know y'all know Coach T's is hippie. We're not going to even lie. I got a lot of stuff in the back. I got hips, So I'm carrying, I got it going, at the bottom is where I carry all my stuff. Not in my arms and all that kind of stuff, but I do carry it in the bottom. Girl, I try to put them 10s on. I couldn't even zip them pants. I was like, Lord, no. And it wasn't that they were tight. Forget the stomach. The stomach was not even the problem. It was like my legs, like coming up. I could start to feel it as I'm coming up my leg. I was like, what the? I can't. I have not gained weight. I have not gained weight because I could tell I'm losing. Okay. But I'm thinking, I was like, how is this possible? And I know y'all have experienced this. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, and the scale is a little lighter, not a lot lighter, but why are these pants so tight? Well, it's muscle. It is because in the legs and the arms, the back, and it depends on how your body responds. I have increased my muscle mass because I do legs in the gym and I run bridges like 2 times a week, but I run 4 times a week. So since January, when I was training for the classic and we started throwing bridges in there just to help us to be faster on the flat, of running, we do bridges on the incline, and that helps build your endurance. So you're faster when you come off the bridge. When you're running flat, you're faster running flat than you are up and down. So that's why we do bridges, to help increase our speed and to help increase our endurance. So I've been doing this since January, and this is the end of April. So my legs are pretty tight now at this point. So when I could not get that 10 up, I almost freaked out in the dressing room. But then I had to stop and breathe and say, it's not weight gain. Relax, ladies. It's not all weight gain. You've gotten stronger. You've tightened up some areas. You've tightened up your arms, your back, your shoulder, your legs. And I know they have those in here. Y'all go to y'all go to it's gonna come to me. Y'all go to those workout class, those strenuous workout class, and y'all have really gained nice tone and muscle. And remember, that is going to be not just heavier on the scale, but although if the scale is not showing it, your clothes are going to fit different. So don't be alarmed. Don't be afraid if your clothes are tighter. Your bra might be tighter. Your shirts might be tighter. You might be busting out your shirts a little bit, especially if you're doing a lot of pectoral work. Remember, the pecs lie under the breast. So your breasts might seem like they're gorged or they're getting bigger, but you probably worked out your pectoral muscles under there. And sometimes you don't really realize the way your body is built up until you go to put on clothes, because you don't take a tape measure and you're not measuring your circumference like every day. You're not measuring your arms. You're not measuring your back. Because like, see my shoulders, like in here, I get quick. Like my shoulders will build up. My shoulders and my back, for me, they build up really quick. And sometimes my shirts might be a little tight, and it's like, good Lord, it's like, this is too small. It's not fitting right under the arm. I mean, it's not like bodybuilder tight, but it's tight enough, whereas something that might have fit like a few months ago is now fitting a little different. I mean, the same goes true as to, when you lose weight and, the fat has shifted and now something is looser. The same thing happens when you build muscles or you tone up muscles real nice and tight. Something might fit tighter on you as far as clothes wise. So don't be alarmed. That was the whole purpose of this. Don't get like Coach T and think that, oh God, I'm just like doing all this for nothing and nothing is fitting. Nothing is fitting. But look at what you've been doing. Look at over the past few months, because it didn't happen overnight. Like I said, I've been running these bridges and doing leg training and running bridges since January. And so that's enough time for me to build up a nice set of quads and hamstrings, if that's what I'm concentrating on, because I'm trying to gain speed is what I'm thinking in my mind. But I'm not realizing that my body is not just changing to help me to be a better runner. My body is changing and my clothes won't fit the same way. It's not a big difference, but it's enough of a difference, whereas my clothes are just a little bit too tight. So that means that either for right now, we need to go up to a size 12 if we want to put something on these big thighs, or we want to stop running and just, let my body just go back down, which I prefer to go up to a size 12 and keep running, because I love running and I love being fit. So I think I'll go with the bigger size clothes. That's my choice, because it still keeps me healthy. And like my doctor said, as long as I'm working out as much as I am, we can we can stay away from that high cholesterol medication. Okay, so that's all the incentive I need. And I don't care about what size I wear. I just care about being healthy at this point, and you should too. But that's what I wanted to make y'all laugh about. If you finding that some of your clothes is fitting a little snug and you working out, CrossFit. I'm sorry, it just popped in my mind. I know some ladies on here do CrossFit. So if you messing with that CrossFit, I know you really gaining muscle real quick because it's sneaky. You know, when you go to CrossFit, you sneakily get big because when I was going to Girl Crush, you know, my honey was like, girl, you like getting like thick, like, you know, because you're dealing with so many different types of weights and you're dealing with exercises that you don't realize how strong you've gotten. And that's the whole thing with CrossFit is it's building strength. And when you build strength, you're going to build muscle. So I know ladies on here that do go to CrossFit, so they've probably experienced this already, that their clothes are not fitting the same. And it could start off like, you know, as something with your bra because, you know, the wideness of the back and the chest area and the arms really starts to affect you first because we're lifting and we're doing something that women don't usually do or women don't normally do when we're gaining that strength in our upper body that comes naturally to men. So that's what I wanted to tell y'all about because I was about to freak out in the dressing room and said, oh, this is just ridiculous. If I keep gaining weight at this point, I just need to just quit. You know, I just need to just quit working out and eating right because I'm gaining weight, but I'm gaining weight on the good side. So for you ladies that are gaining weight, hey Marilyn, hey Deidre, hey Lizzie, hey Cheryl, for you ladies that are gaining weight on the good side, applaud yourself, sis. Don't get discouraged. Don't say, oh Lord, the scale. Don't worry about that scale. As long as you know that you're working out, that you're getting some muscle tone, that you're eating well 80% of the time, you just keep going and just go up to another size if you need to and don't worry about it. Don't tell yourself, well, I'm this age and I refuse to go to another size and I'm going to stay in this side. In this size that I've been in. No, sis, you could go up to another size. Worry about being healthy. Don't worry about the size that that you're wearing right now, right? Don't y'all agree with me? Anybody agree with me? I can't see if y'all said anything in the comments because, you know, sometimes this tablet acts a little crazy. So that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. Has anybody else experienced that? Thumbs up, thumbs down, no comment. And I can't see. And you know what's going to happen? I'm like going to end the live and then I'll see all of the comments that have come through, and I like to answer them in real time while I'm still here instead of answering them like tomorrow. Because I just think that it's rude when you don't respond to people, but charge it to social media and not to Coach T that I can't see the responses. I can see the people that are here, but I can't see any responses. And it always does me that. I don't know why. And I thought that it would work better on the tablet than it does on the phone because I don't see not one comment unless you guys don't have a comment. But if somebody can just give me a comment, just to give me a comment so I can see if it's actually working. That way I won't feel bad about getting off of the call because I'll be didn't answer any questions that were out there for me. And see, nothing. All right. Let me see if I can. Probably not. Yeah, see, like mine went through. Okay, I just did a can. Okay. All right, ladies. Well, I guess that means that nobody has any questions for me. I just wanted to just pop in because remember what I said, that I would come on every other Monday. Because I can't do Thursdays right now because of the boot camp that's going on right now. But I'm going to come on every other Monday. And let me see, somebody sent me a phone. I agree. Okay, Angela sent me a text message, and of course I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. I would have answered that question. I thought I could see it on my watch, but it doesn't show me. All right. Okay. All right, ladies. So I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. I have a good one for y'all in 2 weeks. I saw that I was like shredding up some old stuff, and I ran across this one, and I said, oh, I'm gonna save that one for 2 weeks. I'm gonna just go ahead on and talk about this one that I already had planned already, but I have a good one for y'all in 2 weeks that it's about commandments, and I think y'all will enjoy that one. All right, so I'll see you ladies in 2 weeks, and y'all can still go back and put something in the comments. I'll be sure to swing back around and to answer them because I don't want to be rude. All right, ladies. All right, guys, y'all have a great week, and be safe out there. And if you're going to Jazz Fest for another weekend, I'll see y'all Sunday when Earth, Wind, and Fire get there. I'm still tired from last weekend. All right, ladies. Bye-bye.